So Laura Johnson tells me that school and life in general are hard enough for her daughter, Emma Grace. So when she learned this surveillance video of her daughter in distress was being circulated among teachers and parents in the district, she was heartbroken.
Every day I worry.
On February 7th, 2023, Emma Grace, a first grader at Vestavia Hills Elementary, Dolly Ridge, became dysregulated and ran out of her classroom towards a school exit. Later that afternoon, Principal Ty Arundel shared the surveillance video. At least 2 teachers recorded it on their cell phones.
Did you see my just be on the check?
Oh, the handful. Got her by the hair. Real good.
Oh gosh. Is this her school?
This is right outside our classroom.
She was could not control her body, and that's actually, it's part of her, it's a behavior that is from her disability.
Her disability, a result of trauma from before the Johnsons adopted her. It also causes her to elope or run away when in distress.
It is documented in all of her school papers, and everyone in the school is pretty well aware of it.
Including Annie Culverhouse, Emma Grace's former special education teacher who didn't want to show her face on camera. She wasn't at school on this day due to off-site professional development training.
Do you know why that happened, why she ran out of the classroom?
I'm not sure what triggered her that day. Honestly, I don't remember. She does struggle a lot when I'm not there, and so I think that had a little bit to do with it.
Culverhouse, who no longer works for the district, partly because of the stressful incident, says she learned about the video from the principal the day after it happened.
And then when I went to carpool that morning, our principal was there, and he mentioned that he showed this video of Emma Grace at the lead teacher meeting the afternoon before, and he was kind of laughing as he told me, and I was like in such shock that I didn't say anything to him in that moment.
But soon after, she reported it to the special education director anonymously for fear of retaliation. A week later, Emma Grace eloped again and got outside this time. So Johnson set up a meeting with the principal to discuss the lack of one-on-one support for her daughter.
At the end of that meeting, he made a joke. He made a reference to the video and he made a joke about it. It's not funny. She's not doing it as a joke. She's in distress.
She didn't know about the video yet and wouldn't find out for another month or so until another parent told her. That's when the Johnsons requested a meeting with the superintendent.
She didn't do anything wrong. She's just a child with special needs. She's a child with a disability. The adults should not laugh at that disability. They're the ones that should have consequences for their actions.
Instead, they met with the assistant superintendent and other officials. Johnson recorded audio of it and shared it with WVTM 13. In it, they admit the video was used inappropriately and texted to at least one teacher. They also said the district hired an outside investigator to look into the matter.
Well, he has us here today to hear your concerns, to, just all of us share our apology, his apology, and we are investigating, and it is our priority.
The person who's in charge of the school is making fun of a special needs child, and how am I then supposed to expect the other kids and the teachers to not look at her and laugh when the principal is looking at her and laughing?
Johnson was soon notified there were no violations.
If I know about this, and the superintendent's administration knows that I know about this, but they've still continued to cover it up and act like it's never happened, what else is being covered up that parents don't know about?
More than a year later, and Johnson says the district's lack of action and silence is deafening. But she's not giving up hope. She's filed a federal complaint with the Department of Education regarding her daughter's civil rights and right to privacy. I reached out to the school district and requested to speak with the superintendent, the principal, each official the Johnsons met with during their meeting, and the lawyer hired to investigate the incident. My request was denied. They did release a statement which says, in part, the Vestavia Hills Board of Education and its employees cannot comment on allegations regarding specific employees or specific students. When a parent or student has had a bad experience in our schools, our administrators, teachers, and staff do everything they can to evaluate what happened and take steps to remedy any problem identified. We are aware that our limitations on what we can say will leave good faith questions from residents and parents unanswered in the manner that they would prefer. That said, we must prioritize the confidentiality and welfare of all students and staff in accordance with district policies and regulations. So still no answers from the district, but the Johnson family is not giving up on hope of getting a remedy for this.
And that's got to be frustrating for the Johnson family and for all families who have special need children.
Absolutely.